So what do you think about getting a blue ocean and a red ocean? Understanding the need to have a place where you can attract the right people and sell your products, sell your customers, sell your services, sell your courses, right? So you need to figure out what your blue ocean is. We're going to talk about that in a second. What is a blue ocean anyways, right? So we're going to talk about that in a second, but first this. So the real question is this. What are the strategies, techniques, and tools that you need to learn to generate residual income from the e-learning boom that's happening right now? My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon, and welcome to Course Income Secrets. Now, we're talking about blue oceans versus red oceans. Now, this term comes, I don't know exactly where it comes from. I know it comes from somebody else before Russell Brunson, but he talks about it in his Expert Secrets book, which, of course, you can get in the link I posted there. But the thing is that in his book, he talks about the fact that if you want to really have success online, if you really want to succeed in selling your products, selling your services, selling your courses, having people join you in your business, having people just follow you. If you want to have success, you got to figure out what your blue ocean is. And what this is, what the blue ocean is versus the red ocean is, it's basically your place where you find your customers. So they talk about red ocean and blue ocean because a red ocean was a blue ocean in the beginning, and then there's a bunch of competition, and then there's every person that's trying to sell the product, they're fighting for the same customer, and it's the reference of, of course, blood in the water and all this stuff, because everybody's fighting, and the ocean becomes red, right? So it comes from the days of war and all this stuff. But the thing is that your blue ocean is, well, it's all fine and dandy, go find a lake someplace that there's no blood in it or whatever, that's all still blue. But how do you find that? How do you figure out what that is? And hey, Jay, thanks for watching. And that's the thing. It's what is it that how do you figure it out, right? How do you find a blue ocean? Because let me tell you about it. Most online entrepreneurs, we're all in the same, the same basic markets, right? We're in the work from home market, we're in the health and wellness market, we're in the relationship market, education. They're mostly all red oceans. So how do you find a blue ocean in those red oceans? Well, the secret is to figure out a sub niche. It's not about, like, say for example, you're in health and wellness, and you're in weight loss, right? Well, if you're in weight loss, there's millions of other people in weight loss. You can't just be saying, hey, I want to help you lose weight. I want to help you, whatever. You got to figure out something specific that you want to focus on that has to do with your target market. So, for example, it could be, I'm going to help, 50-year-old men that are starting to notice that they need to lose a bit of visceral fat. They might have, just like me, for example, right? I'm at that age where when I think about my weight, I certainly don't think I'm too big or whatever. But at the same time, I know that health-wise, I need to lose a bit of weight. And that could be my blue ocean, right? All the men that are in that situation, sure, there's still lots of other people trying to sell to those men, but they might be also trying to sell to women at the same time, trying to sell to younger men, even older men. It's not a specific age, it's not a specific maybe education level, a specific. It's kind of like defining your avatar, kind of trying to figure out who your avatar is. Hey Pat, thank you for watching, and thanks for the affirmation, because that's the thing, right? A blue ocean. It's so important to figure out what your blue ocean is. And if you do figure it out, then it becomes a lot easier to produce your content, to do things that are related to that blue ocean. Now, me, I still have to work on that. I'm still working on it. I'm not saying I'm like the most amazing expert in it, but I've learned a lot, and I've been doing things more and more towards that. And I'm defining my blue ocean for my my online course, for the weight loss I'm doing, for the attraction marketing that I'm building, my personal brand. I'm defining those things as I go, doing a better job day by day. And that's the secret too, is you got to get in there and start working on it now, and just move ahead. You can't define your blue ocean completely and then start working. You got to kind of work it. You got to get in there and start the process of making it better and better, and eventually figuring it out, right? But you do have to figure it out, because if you don't, you're gonna be just one of those in that red ocean, and you're gonna get beat up, and you're gonna not succeed the way you should. All right, so make sure you define your blue ocean. And if you have any questions, of course, reach out. Let's send me a message. And if you think anybody needs to hear this message, please go ahead and share. I'm sure they would appreciate. I would too. And don't forget to like my page and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you in the next video.